Hi, and welcome to Grells to Astonish. I'm trying something new today. I am going to sell some of my books from my collection. I'm going to go through the books here with you right now and give you as good of an idea as I can of their condition. I'm going to put imagery for each book over here. I'm going to give you details about the book down here, and I'm going to tell you about them right here. There are 7 books in this video. All of them are raw, so I'm going to give you the best idea I've got about what condition they're in, but you don't have to take my word for it. You can take a look and decide for yourself what grade you think they fall in. Let's get to it. First book, as you can see here, is Fantastic Four Annual 2, The Origin of Dr. Doom. I just talked about this in a video recently. I don't want to get into the spec potential for this book. You've heard all I have to say on it numerous times in my other videos. It's a book I really like a lot. The A story in this book is The Origin of Dr. Doom. It's Dr. Doom himself recounting what happened to him as a young boy and what turned him into the man he became. The second story is a follow-up from, I think, issue 23, where he's drifting through deep space and gets picked up in a spaceship by Ramatat, who is a time traveler who turned into Kang, and then he explains that he's Kang, and Dr. Doom thinks maybe he's also Kang, and it's very confusing, very weird, and then he makes his way down to Earth and fights the Fantastic Four. That's the B story. The C story is an annual. I think it's 64 pages, so it's got a lot going on. The C story is a reprint of Fantastic Four number 5, the first appearance of Dr. Doom. This book's from 1964. It's a great minor key book, and I got it priced at $250. This next book is Amazing Spider-Man 66, The Madness of Mysterio. I picked this book up recently from the collection of a guy who was retiring and moving to Costa Rica. That's all I know about him. I never met him. I got a whole bunch of these Romita ASMs. They were all pretty mid-grade. I think this one, it's got a number of spine ticks going down the side here, but I do think it has the potential to be above 5.0, maybe even 6.0, but I don't want to get into that too much. You look at these pictures, you decide for yourself. Tell me if I'm way off. I've got it priced at $120. Take a look. Next, we've got another Amazing Spider-Man. This one is issue 64. The Vulture's Prey. Ditko introduced a lot of great villains with Spider-Man in those first 15 issues. When Romita took over, he introduced the Rhino right off the bat. Then he introduced Kingpin in 50, but they also mixed in a lot of those early villains coming back who we hadn't really seen very much since those early issues. Dr. Octopus in 53 through 56, and they brought the Vulture back. Well, they brought him back in 48 and 49. They brought him back again here in issue 64. I really love this Vulture cover. I think 48 is the best Vulture cover. This is my second favorite. It's just a really clean, simple cover. Vulture, Spider-Man sitting in the background. I got it priced at $80. Next we have Amazing Spider-Man 62. This one has a lot of spine ticks. I think it is probably 4.0, 3.5, 4.0 range, maybe a little higher. But again, I can't stress this enough. Don't listen to me. Don't take my word for it on the grade. You decide for yourself. It's got a date stamp on it. That doesn't ding the grade at all. That's ignored by CGC anyway. Some people like dates. Some people don't like dates on their books. The date stamp really stands out on this one because it's such a clean cover. Amazing Spider-Man 62, the name of the dame is Medusa, is priced at $65. Next we've got Amazing Spider-Man 67. This is the second half of that Mysterio story that we looked at in issue 66. One of my favorite ASM covers, honestly. It's got the moire pattern. It's called moire pattern. It's got these teeny tiny little black dots, so it has a gradient effect, darker up top, lighter down at the bottom as these dots get sparser. And then it's got these giant Mysterio arms. A little bit of trivia, you actually did see this cover visually referenced in the second Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, Far From Home, when Mysterio was having the hallucination battle sequence with Spider-Man. They had these 2 giant arms come down and crush him. It's got some real spine damage here in the middle. An otherwise clean cover. I think it's fair to say 4.0 range for this book. And I've got it priced at $55. Taking a break from Amazing Spider-Man, next we have Uncanny X-Men 143, where Kitty Pryde faces, I don't know what they call this creature, but it is pretty obviously the alien xenomorph from the movie Alien. Guess what just came down the chimney? So Kitty Pryde is left alone in the X-Mansion while the X-Men go off on some adventure, and this alien creature busts in during Christmas. I'm going off the cover here. And Kitty has to fight the alien on her own. I think they even nod to Alien more explicitly because I believe in the end she defeats the alien by turning on the engines and blasting it the same way Ripley did at the end of Alien. Let me check real quick. Yeah, so she goes into the Blackbird, and yeah, there it is. She blasts the alien by turning on the engines. So if it weren't clear enough that this is an homage to Alien, they even killed the creature the same way that Ripley killed the alien. This is a direct edition, not a newsstand. You can tell by the SpiderMan in the bottom left corner. As far as condition goes, I think it's really good. I see one spine tick right here, but aside from that, it has very few flaws. Also, you'll see on this cover, sometimes you'll see the background in really solid blue, and sometimes you'll see them in an indigo purple tone. This is one of the covers that is purple. That's just how they came out printed. I don't know what the story is, how many of them are blue and how many are purple. I wonder actually if the direct editions are more often purple and the newsstand editions are blue, because that seems to be the case. I think this is certainly in the 9 range, might be a 9.6, but I think with this spine tick, probably not a 9.8. Again, don't take my word for it. I'm putting all the images up here so you can decide. I've got it priced at $50. Last book is Fantastic Four 58, The Dismal Dregs of Defeat. This is a Doom cover. I talked about the Doom covers recently in a Doom-focused video. This is one of the ones I have. Low grade, 3540 probably, but it is during that peak era for Kirby and Lee when they were doing what I think is their best work. This is the story where Dr. Doom steals Silver Surfer's surfboard and gets the power cosmic. It's got Doom featured pretty heavily on the cover. It's not a Doom key. It is a minor Doom book, but it's Kirby and Lee. It's in decent condition. I've got it priced at $45. And that's it. So once again, you will find all these books listed in Shortboxed if you download the app. I'm not sure if searching Grails to Astonish will work. You've got all the links down below, so you don't need to type anything in. You can just click from there. You might be able to search by Grails to Astonish. I don't really know. I'm not that familiar with Shortboxed yet. You can also just look up these books by their issue and title number, and you will be able to tell my imagery because you'll see this green ruler background that I got from Immaculate Comics. As I said, if these books sell, I will go into the description and mark them as sold so you'll know they're no longer available. And I think that's it. I think that's just how this works. If you guys are interested in these books, I will be happy to do more of these videos. I got a whole bunch of books that I'd really like to sell because I have accumulated too many of them. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.